Hey there, you've almost certainly heard the phrase salt and light before, right? It's one of those classic metaphors. But what if I told you the key to unlocking its real power is actually hidden in a single word we think we know, but maybe don't? Well, today, we're going to peel back the layers on that very idea. So let's just start with a thought experiment. Seriously, just for a second. Imagine a world where people just stopped harming each other. No more big conflicts, sure, but also no more small hurts, no careless words, no selfish moves. It sounds so simple, but it would literally change everything, wouldn't it? This isn't just a nice idea. It's the very foundation of what we're about to explore. So how in the world do we even get our heads around a world like that? Well, the answer starts with one core idea that kind of flips our usual way of thinking on its head. Now, what's so wild about this is how direct it is. It doesn't say it's hard to harm someone you love. It says it should be impossible. This frames love not just as some feeling we have, but as a fundamental state of being that is the complete opposite of harm. This powerful idea is our launchpad for everything else. And this concept, this love that makes harm impossible, brings us right back to that famous phrase, salt and light. But to really get what it means, we've got to do a little decoding. We have to look at the source code, so to speak. And here it is. This is basically the source code. When Jesus was asked, what's the most important thing? He boiled it all down to this. He said everything, the whole shebang, hangs on these two things: loving God and loving your neighbor as you love yourself. So if we want to understand salt and light, we first have to understand this very specific kind of love. It all comes down to this one little word. But here's the catch. Our English word love is kind of broad, isn't it? I mean, we love pizza, we love our family, we love a good TV show. The love being talked about here, the one that holds everything up, is something way more specific and way, way more powerful. And that specific, super powerful kind of love, it's got a name. And it's a Greek word that, honestly, changes the whole game once you get it: agape. Let's break this down, because this is really the heart of everything we're talking about. Agape is not a warm, fuzzy feeling. It's not about what you get, it's all about what you give. Look at those keywords: selfless, sacrificial, unconditional. And here's the kicker. It's a love that is shown through action, not just emotion. It's not about how you feel, it's about what you do. Okay, let's really double-click on that idea of sacrifice, because that's what truly puts agape in a category all by itself, completely separate from any other kind of love we talk about. You know this verse, right? It's probably the most famous one out there. But what's so cool is that the original Greek word used for loved right here, it's agape. And that love is defined by the very next word, gave. It's a love that sacrifices for the good of someone else, with no guarantee of anything in return. That's the blueprint. And this chart, man, it really lays it all out. On the right, you've got our usual human stuff, like eros, romantic love, or philia, that brotherly friendship love. They're awesome, but they're often based on a feeling or a relationship. But then you look at agape over on the left, and it's in a totally different league. It's divine, it's selfless, it's all about action, and it's focused completely outward. So what about that second part of the command, to love yourself? Well, when you look at it through this agape lens, it's not really about self-care in the way we talk about it today. It's more like being a good manager of your own life, your time, your skills, your energy, so that your life itself becomes a gift, a valuable sacrifice for other people. You see yourself as valuable enough to make your life valuable for others. All right, so this is a huge idea, right? But what does it actually look like in the real world? How do we take this profound concept and actually, do it? And this part is absolutely crucial. Agape isn't passive. It's not something you just sit around and wait to feel. It is proactive goodness. It's about wanting other people to do well and then actively looking for or even creating ways to make that happen. It's a choice. It's a verb. It's getting in the game. And check this out, because it's not about trying to save the whole world overnight. It's designed to grow, like a ripple in a pond. It starts small, with the people right around you. Then it expands out to your community. Maybe that's joining a neighborhood cleanup or mentoring someone. And from there, it can grow into a wisdom that actually makes a positive difference on a much larger scale. It's a ripple effect, all powered by intentional action. And look, this is what makes it something you can actually do. You don't have to be a billionaire or have tons of free time to practice agape. The starting point isn't your bank account or your calendar, it's your will. It all starts with that simple, internal choice to want good for others and then to do something about it, no matter how small. Okay, so let's tie all these threads together. Because when we start to see love as agape, as active, sacrificial, outward focused goodness, it leads to this really powerful and kind of challenging conclusion. And boom, there you have it. Being salt and light isn't some abstract spiritual goal. It's just what happens on the outside when you're committed to agape on the inside. Salt preserves and flavors, light exposes and guides. These are actions. They're the visible signs of that internal, proactive, sacrificial love. This really forces us to face a tough contradiction, doesn't it? If agape is the foundation, then it just doesn't add up to say we love God, the source of agape, but then remain indifferent or passive about the well being of our neighbors and our society. The two are completely fundamentally linked. And so that brings it all back to a final question for you and me. If agape is defined by action, and being salt and light is its public expression, then what does your love look like? What is its visible, tangible impact on the world around you? That's definitely something to chew on. Thanks for digging into this with me.